Yeah, it's really fascinating to contrast Barack Obama and Bill Clinton. They both came out of very provincial places, far from the centers of power, Southwest Arkansas and Hawaii. They both grew up without their fathers. They both grew up in somewhat dysfunctional families, and they had to deal with that, and they dealt with it in completely different ways. Bill Clinton sort of just kept moving forward, forgiving himself every day, pushing on, becoming a great survivor. And Barack Obama spent about 9 years of his early adulthood trying to figure himself out and resolving those contradictions. And so each of those characteristics they took with them into the White House, and it created problems for each of them in very different ways in the White House. But also, Bill Clinton wanted to be president from about the day he was born, and he ran for every office in high school, president, and until in his senior year of high school, his principal, Johnny May Mackey, came to him and said, "Billy, we're sick of you. You can't run for office anymore." Then he did the same thing at Georgetown, and he's sort of been running for president his whole life. And Barack Obama was not really focused on politics until much later, when he got to Chicago as a young community organizer and started to study power and what elected politics can bring to what the changes he wanted to create in the world. You can see some of his background in the way he's acted. If you take it geographically first, in Hawaii, there's sort of a tradition of sort of cool head, main thing, just be cool, don't show too much in public, don't be confrontational. He spent 3 formative years in Indonesia, where the culture is even more of that sort, where you don't confront directly. And then just as a biracial kid trying to negotiate his way through America, he also learned how to maneuver his way around without being directly confrontational, and he's found success that way. And I think that it was part of the frustration and the success of his first term as president. His way of doing things sometimes would frustrate his more liberal supporters, who was wondering, why isn't he being more direct and clarifying the issue? And usually what he was doing was trying to find his way around the traps that he was so acutely aware of. Yes, I think that sports and politics are linked. And there's sort of a superficial sense that politics are incredibly important and sports are trivial. But a lot of politics is trivial and sports is sociologically important. So it depends on how you look at it. And I'm always looking at the cultural and sociological and political threads that weave through the stories I'm writing, whether they're about a politician or a sports figure. For Vince Lombardi, that book is really about the mythology of competition and success in American life. And for Roberto Clemente, it was about many things, but include among them how a black Puerto Rican can thrive in the quintessential blue-collar steel town of Pittsburgh, and the meaning of both race and language in America. And with Clinton and Obama, the political aspects of it were secondary to me. I mean, the pure, sort of electoral parts of it, to an exploration of the forces that shape them and why they think the way they do. So in that sense, sports and politics are very linked.